pseudoskeptic James Randi continually campaigns on behalf of Big Pharma against alternative medicine, alleging it's always quackery. But this article explains that most quackery is committed by Big Pharma itself, on an industrial, monstrous, global scale. The plot of this story seems to be ripped from the headlines, or maybe a movie about a big conspiracy, or a cover-up of foul play, just like the Oscar award-winning The Insider. But the story is 100% true. In 2003, a top executive of the pharmaceutical giant GlaxoSmithKline, worldwide vice president of genetics, confessed that the vast majority of drugs, more than 90%, only work in 30 or 50% of the people. What that means is, most prescription drugs don't work on most people who take them. Gee, what a surprise. The Big Pharma insider who shocked the world. Dr. Alan Roses is the pharmaceutical industry insider who made this shocking confession. Although it's been an open secret within the pharmaceutical industry that most of the drugs it produces are ineffective in most patients, this is the first time that a high-ranking pharmaceutical executive has gone public. Some industry analysts said that the confession of Dr. Roses is reminiscent of the famous words uttered by Gerald Ratner, a British retail magnate, in 1991, who said that his high street shops are successful because they sell total crap. But it's one thing for a company to sell worthless products, and it's another thing altogether to sell worthless products that kill instead of heal. The truth, not only do prescription drugs not work, they can be deadly. In the U.S., the odds of being killed by conventional medicine are almost 20 times, 2,000%, greater than being killed in an automobile accident, and almost 30 times, 3,000%, greater than being killed by a gun. It's no wonder that the majority of doctors are frustrated. They enter the medical profession wanting to cure people, but the only tools that medical school training provides them for treating patients are drugs and surgery. Doctors have been thrust headlong into a marketing culture that relies on selling as many drugs as possible to the widest number of patients. It's a culture that has made Big Pharma the most profitable industry in the world, even though most of its drugs are useless, at best, and even possibly harmful or deadly for many patients. Dr. Roses, an academic geneticist from Duke University in North Carolina, further states drugs for Alzheimer's disease work in fewer than 1 in 3 patients, whereas those for cancer are only effective in a quarter of patients. Drugs for migraines, for osteoporosis, and arthritis work in about half the patients. So James Randi's demonizing of harmless alternative medicine as unproven and quackery, at best, is a sustained attempt to misdirect your attention away from the criminal shortfalls of so-called scientific medicine. Do you still think Randi is just protecting you from conmen? Surely not. In fact, Randi is one of the supreme conmen, having gulled his entire pseudo-skeptic following. Does that include you?